chapter 5 of The Power of Writing It Down. Is called Out of Chaos, right? The main message was, if you going through a difficult situation, inner demons, trauma, just anything that you need answers to, the best course of action is to start with questions, not answers. And the reason you want to start with questions and not answers is because our brain works in a funny way. You know, she gave a good example though. She was like, say for instance, you got a friend or acquaintance, family member, whoever, they send you a text. Once you get the text, it says something like, I got a secret to tell you, but I'll tell it to you later on. Until you know what the answer is or what the secret is, that shit gonna be going through your mind all day until you get the answer, right? So with that being said, questions drive us to answers. So it's best to write down a question instead of writing down things that you may not have the answer to yet, right? And say for instance you get stuck with that answer, with that problem from the question you asked. Then what you'll want to do is either ask a different question, ask a better question, or ask a deeper question. And I want to share this section of the chapter that she spoke on with this guy named Robert, right? Now, Robert was an entrepreneur. He was pretty much successful in all areas of his life, right? He wanted to do a podcast. He wanted to be on her podcast, Allison Fallon's podcast. And she was kind of hesitant until she saw what his story was, right? On why he started to write. Now, like I said, he was an entrepreneur. He was successful in most of the areas of his life. And he used to write in the past. He was like a creative writer or whatever. But as he became more successful and busy, he had less and less time. He didn't really have time to write. But it was a incident on a particular day where he remembered a trauma that had happened in the past, right? As he remembered the trauma, it pushed him to the point where he wanted to kill himself, right? But before he killed himself, he felt like he had to write down his story so that the people that was his loved ones would understand why he did what he did. In the midst of him writing his story out, he started seeing his life from a different perspective, from a bird's eye view. He started getting understanding. He started getting empathy and compassion for the situation to the point where he decided not to kill himself and to share his story with other people. Now, she wanted to make clear, Allison Fallon wanted to make clear that writing is not a cure-all for suicide or mental illness, but she did just want to shed light that writing is one of the tools that he used going through the things that he was going through, and it prevented him from committing suicide in that moment. So